but then you got to go this way. And I want you to see what's growing in the meantime. Well, hello, folks. For this little taping this morning, this is the end of my morning on a Monday morning. In my retreading of my retiring, it's kind of interesting thinking of Monday morning, how different it is when you have retreaded your retiring. And right now, this morning, it's the beginning of a week on a Monday. How do you begin your week? And it's really important, I think, to punctuate or discover what's important for your week. Monday morning begins it. For some, maybe it's Sunday morning or Friday, depending on what your work schedule is, or maybe your schedule as a new mother. And then life changes completely when you're on a baby schedule. So it's so different for all of us in what our livingness is. So I want to talk about livingness and the complexity of it. So it's the complexity of our livingness is, I draw this circle. And then the circle becomes this. And then the circle becomes that. So right now it's going in circular kind of things. And oh, what happens if then all of a sudden, so this line is talking about a person's daily life sometimes, because you're going this way, but then you got to go this way. And I want you to see what's growing in the meantime. It's like a ball of string. And somebody said to me one time, when I was all explaining something about when I had agitated bowel syndrome as a young woman, and everything was getting all wrapped up inside me, and I wasn't able to express my more important personal needs to somebody else that was controlling me. And I thought, oh, and then years later, I was talking about eating disorders. And then it clicked with me, something that happened to me as a young person, too. What if I switch? And that line continues. Oh, but then I'm going to go back and remind you, is this like a ball of string? And it's really kind of crazy. It's not too tight, but sometimes it gets really tight. What if at the end of the day, when you're trying to go to sleep and you have all those concerns and all those things jumbled up in your mind, in your body, in your very soul, think about one thing, that it's like a ball of string. And somewhere in the midst of it, you start to pull it right from the dead center. Pull the string or that line away from itself and just visually imagine that the line is pulling away, pulling away. Oh, but that's the end of the note paper, and it actually goes this way. Oh, but then there's another drawing. So what happens if I switch to another page? And isn't that like every single day and every single moment of every single day? And what if I just kind of think of this, giving this line to you, the fact that what's inside of us is like a labyrinth. It's a maze, and we don't really know how to get out of it. It's too much, complex. So in the complexity, Go one step at a time. And just think that in that next step that you make, how do you feel inside? To lessen what is happening. What is it that you need? What's more important for the beginning of your week? The beginning of every single day that is very precious. What is it that you need? So in line drawings, I never know what's going to come up. But in the line, forget the fact that whether it's skilled art or not, when I let a line become its own entity, it's the one that tells me and tells you what it wants to be for today and to begin its week. Take this drawing that's a surprise for you and for me that came up intuitively. For me, as I'm talking to you, I'm just letting something naturally come. And I think this drawing should speak for itself. I am sending my gentle, tender message to each and every one of you. Goodbye for now.